Glenvar High School's Theater Arts program is excited to present the world premiere of an original production next week. And to talk about Welcome Home, we're joined by the theater's director, Andrew Denton. Good afternoon, Andrew. Welcome to Here at Home.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's talking about Welcome Home. And this is kind of a homecoming for you. You are an alum of Glenvar High School, right?
I am indeed, yes.
Yes.
It's an honor to be able to return back to my home school to carry on some of the traditions of my prior director, Steve Franco.
That has to be so special for you
so
and
awesome.
for the school. So this is your first time directing at the school, correct?
Correct.
Yes. All right. So what has the process been like? You guys are going to open next week, so
Correct.
you're getting closer.
Yes. So the process is so much fun. So starting on the first full week of school, we held auditions. For my students, we had about 55 students come out to audition for
That's
a 15-person cast. So we were very excited. And as soon as we hit the second week of school, we hit the ground running with rehearsals 3 or 4 times a week. And my students really designed every aspect about this show. So it's really their show.
Yeah. So, and that's what we were talking about before the show. It's not just acting on stage. They're running camera, they're running lights, all the things.
Yes, absolutely. So my students actually entirely designed the set.
Wow.
They've built the set with my supervision. They run the lights, they run the sound, they've picked out costumes, makeup, all of those things. It is all on them.
Yeah, everything that comes together. So what is Welcome Home about? It looks kind of space agey.
Yes.
There's a lot of different elements to the show.
Yes, it is. So Welcome Home is a modern present day show. It's set in a small town coffee shop in the town of Leaky Creek. There's our student created logo right there by some of my wonderful students. It is set in a small town coffee shop called the Leaky Creek Coffee House, but it is actually run by a secret shape-shifting alien. He's come to Earth because his galaxy, the Andromeda Galaxy, is about to be swallowed by a black hole, and he needs to figure out how to save his galaxy. And he's heard the way to do it is somehow drinking coffee. As you know, I drink coffee. I can't stop black holes, at least not that I know of, but he's going to give it a shot.
Well, and with coffee to power us, maybe we can stop black holes.
Maybe, yes.
Smart alien knows, what gets to us humans is coffee. We got to have our caffeine.
Absolutely.
What have been some of the challenges to having, the students kind of putting this all together and this being an original production?
Really, the biggest challenge is that so many students bring so many great ideas to this production that sifting through how we can actually use different ideas and morph them together into one cohesive vision is actually really challenging. It's a very exciting thing to have be challenging, but it's certainly a challenge nonetheless.
Yeah. What do you think students learn most from taking part in this?
I think they learn most about how to play and how to actually be creative and be a part of something that's truly collaborative. Because we can't put on a production with just one student. We can't put on a production with just a director or just a costumer. We all truly have to work together and show up and have fun and learn to communicate and work together to make something that, while it makes sense in all of our heads, it also makes sense for our audience as well.
Oh yeah, and they're learning that, hey, being on stage is great. I did high school drama. I love it. Some of my best memories from school. But it's also important to know how to run the lights and be, house manager and build sets and all these things. So these really are life lessons, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. I think it teaches our students how to be an active member of a community. And I think that's really, ultimately our show is about coffee shops and aliens, but it's really more so about the power of small communities and how they can come together and lift up the individuals within them.
Yeah, and just the theater community itself is so tight-knit, and and this is a really huge experience for these kids. Why do you think theater and arts education are so important?
I think, once again, it encourages students to think outside of the box and realize that play is a key aspect of, yes, having fun in life, but also learning to break barriers and break boundaries and work with one another and not always take everything so seriously.
Sure.
In such a strong box.
Yeah.
You can think outside the box. You can take some of your ideas. You can take some of your friends' ideas. You can joke about them. You can morph them together and usually create something better together than you can apart.
I'm sure the students love you.
I like to think so. I love them.
It'd be fun to work for. All right, so when and where is this happening?
So Welcome Home is running on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday next week. That is October 15th, 16th, and 18th at 7 p.m. in the Glenvar High School auditorium.
Okay. All right. And people can just show up to get tickets. You get them online. How do you get those?
It is cash at the door, and tickets are $7.
$7 for tickets.
Yes,
okay. All right. See a great performance there. So exciting. And
Absolutely.
It's original.
It is indeed.
Yeah. All right. Love it. Thank you so much for coming in, Andrew.
Thank you.